3, and.
Just when you think you solved it, you're dead wrong.
They were handcuffed and later taken to jail.
Why are they putting this on us?
I think they should cut it out now, because this ain't gonna solve the problem.
I told you I don't want you living with roaches.
Warning. This show contains graphic depictions, tasteless banter, and real-life accounts of the most nefarious of activities. Yea, though they do try to project themselves as upstanding, productive members of society, these two knuckleheads just ain't worth a damn. If any of you should find this show to be offensive, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
Stop being such a vagina, that's what I always say.
Yeah, that's sage advice, my friend.
Hello, Instagramians. Hopefully we're converting y'all to reloaded 504ians.
What's happening?
I don't know if anybody's watching yet, but this is our
it's
first
so far
ever
away.
live.
We're so live. We're so live, it's like we're from the 90s and that term is still live.
We have no technological background whatsoever, so I don't want to hear it. If the video's upside down, I don't want to fucking hear it. Turn your phone upside down.
We're live like somebody that's not even in a cemetery.
Yeah, like those people.
We're live like the band from the 90s called Live.
We live on Instagreasy.
Instagram for those non-street peeps.
Yeah, and if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen.
As you can tell, we don't mind the heat. We just sweat a lot.
I wanted to let you know off top, we got new listeners in South Korea, Greece, and Japan. They on the map.
That's awesome. I'm a huge fan of all three regions, actually.
I want to go to Greece because they got great food, and it's an island, and it's in the Mediterranean, so...
There's so many reasons to love Greece. I mean, it's everything you see, like all the photos, it's just fucking stunning. It's beautiful. I didn't really even put two and two together and realize that it was an island. That just really kind of... It's a bonus reason, but also the Greek, right? So they're big into the anal.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if, like, you don't get smacked over there when you bring that up.
No, they embrace it.
Yeah.
It goes without saying. It's almost like...
You're expected.
Yeah, it does go without saying. It literally goes in without anybody having to say anything.
No problems whatsoever.
Yep.
That's
like
pretty cool.
The whole oops, sorry, wrong hole doesn't apply.
No, please continue.
Yeah. The old whoopsie daisy is accepted.
I got an announcement to make to you and to everybody out there. I'm finally quitting my job to pursue my passion.
That's amazing news. Please elaborate.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I wish I was. I got to go to work like everybody else. I can't do it.
What the fuck?
If you do it before me, I'm gonna be pissed.
I mean, I'm taking steps, bro.
We're all taking steps. We all got fucking hustles, bro. I mean, if you don't have a hustle, what the fuck are you doing with yourself?
Sitting around being bored. I'll never understand people that say that they're bored. Although I used to be bored, but nowadays I can't.
You're not satisfied sitting around doing nothing like you used to be.
Yeah, man, I find that to be completely unacceptable.
Yeah, well, it irritates me too. I can't do it. I got to get up and do something. So it might as well be something that's going to prevent me from having to ever go to work again for somebody else ever in my life.
Definitely. Yeah, no. Well, that's all. I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. I mean, as you well know, I'm aiming for, that's my projected 5-year plan, is to not be employed by anybody other than myself.
Fuck the man.
Fuck the man, basically. I mean, I still want to be down with the man because I don't want, it's all about networking. But yeah, man, fuck working for the man. I mean, Jesus Christ, I got laid off again Friday. What the fuck? It's like in...
I meant to ask you about that. What the fuck happened?
Oh, I mean, it was completely innocent, defenseless, and...
Hey, at least you don't have to deal with the swisher no more, bro.
Yeah, that was grinding on my nerves. But so no, what happened, and I knew exactly what it was. It's a Friday. He did it early, so that was odd, but it was a Friday, and he's like, hey, Todd, can you come talk to me in my office real quick? I was like, sure. Dude, I didn't even have to, ask. I knew to close the door behind me, because he was going to ask me to close the door behind me. I sat down, and he was like, I have some bad news. And I said, I know. It was just completely
How'd you know already, though?
Well, because when they ask you to come to their office and close the door behind you, that means you're getting laid off.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like used to the drill.
Dude, I know it so well. Like, it's happened so many times. So it was one of these, though. It was one, like, it wasn't like, yeah, it's not really working out. Like, yeah. Like, he was just, like, super, like, ass kissy. Like, he just wanted to he was like, we don't want to let you go. You know, nothing but praise for you from all the people that you've worked for. We'd love to have you back, but we know you're not going to be available. Like, all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
what was his reason, though?
we just ran out of work.
Ran out of work?
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, then it's all good.
Oh yeah, dude. There's no ill will. Like there was ill will with my last employer because of the way they did it. If you handle it, look, I understand the business. Like, I know the way that it works. You know, I knew I wasn't gonna be there forever. I was just trying to stick around as long as I could.
Yeah.
But you know, shit happens.
That's great.
But don't be a dick about it, right? Like, if you're gonna let somebody know, you know, don't be a dick about it. I
Well,
guess
now you got more time on your hands to do other things.
Yeah, man.
I think you should spend some of the time exercising, bro. I'm serious.
I mean,
It's gonna extend your life. I'm worried about your health.
feel
you know?
you seem to be worried about a lot of people's health, man. Are you going into the health field or something?
No, it's no one way or the other. Like, I'm not hitting a rough patch. I'm not hitting a great patch. I'm just being me, doing me, and at the same time, I'm like, hey,
Looking out for your homies, I suppose.
yeah, that's all. You know.
Well, that's much appreciated. Yeah, I mean,
I just don't want you to get man boobs. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I mean, I'm basically as like physically or aesthetically, it doesn't really get much worse for me. Like, because the way that my build works is that I'm a skinny guy, but I have, I forget the name of the type of build, like endomorphic, or are you familiar with what I'm talking about? It's like,
I've heard the word before, but I've heard
like there's 3 or 4 or 5 different like types of builds for like both men and for women.
Yeah.
And I have the type of build where it's like
You're invincible.
pretty much. So like it's what it is. It's a combination of Wolverine and the Incredible Hulk, and they
That's awesome.
combined the adamantium that's in Wolverine's bones that make him, you know, self-healing,
Yes.
essentially, and the rage and anger from the Hulk.
Do you ever turn green though? Because that's not cool.
No, only when I'm envious. Did you get that pun?
Yes.
Thanks.
That was hilarious.
Hey, it's hot in here.
Since I told you, bro. Since I kind of feel like you might die before me, we need to discuss that $5 that you owe me. By the way.
Fine.
Seriously, you were supposed to find out about the bet about the potato under the arm.
Oh, we still talking about this shit, bro?
Yes, you owe me $5. Like, it's legit. It's been recorded.
What if I can get you the answer before the end of the night?
Then you're gonna owe me $5 before the end of the night because I know I was right. I told you I got new shoes. I need fat laces.
You
It's
said
$5, bro.
you believe that it would be a peeled potato. Mm-hmm. I don't think that it was a peeled potato.
For the Reload 504ians, it was in a previous episode. His father bestowed some advice upon a person that was sweating profusely at work.
Kind of
and
like we are right now.
was trying.
Dave,
to
you have any
stop.
potatoes
Was
that I can
trying-
rub on my face?
Was trying to yes. His father's friend was trying to stop sweating at work, so his father told him to put a potato underneath his armpit, and that would help with the sweating. And I'm guessing maybe even starch his shirt. But I wanted to know if it was a
guy's
peeled
got
potato
jokes.
or a potato with the skin on it. Todd thinks it was a potato with the skin on it. I think it was a peeled potato. He has yet to ask his father. I think he's dicking around because he doesn't want to give me the $5. I already got a use for it. I told you I want some fat laces for my new kick. So
Well, Dave, I mean, what's more important, your
Fat laces?
your fat laces or
Yeah.
my tumultuous relationship with my father? I mean, come on, you have to weigh the options here.
look, just dip a toe in, see how the fella reacts. It's a moment y'all could bond over.
I mean, I already invited him, and he accepted to be a listener of the podcast. So he pretty much knows my deepest, darkest, adult, mischievous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think y'all understand Reloaded 504ians. Like, we delve into some shit that we did in the past that we don't tell anybody about. except for y'all, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. It's like a weird form of therapy.
Yeah, it's like a secret to the world or something. But
I don't recall ever being this sweaty before.
yeah, it's pretty bad. I told you it was going to be hot, but we can't have the fan on, or else they won't be able to hear us.
Well, all we would need is just any form of like moving air.
I know. Can't help you. By the way, you were talking about your father listening. He can now find us on iHeartRadio.
Yes, he's been asking, when are you going to get on iHeart? And I was like, Dad, I'll love you soon.
Dead serious. It was an application process. Somehow we slipped through, and they accepted us.
Whoo, boy, it's been
I
a
know.
long time coming.
We're waiting on Pandora. We're waiting on word back from Pandora. They just started doing podcasting,
Yep.
but Chris from customer service assured me that as long as it wasn't audio porn, we're good. Green light. So we'll be on Pandora soon.
I like to, well, I don't know, I'll take that as encouragement, but I'll be completely honest with you. Sometimes I classify our podcast as audio porn.
I think it's pornographic in nature when we discuss things that people have to visualize. So basically we're inserting porn through speakers into people's heads.
Well, no, I was kind of coming from the angle that once you hear my voice over the airwaves, naughty things happen to
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You'd be amazed if you saw what happened on the other end of this.
Give it a go, bro. Give it a go. I'm gonna put some love on it.
Okay, okay, this one's for the ladies. Okay, ladies, are y'all ready? Ready for the purple fox?
Yeah.
The purple fox is not sexy, by the way. The purple fox is very efficient.
Oh my god.
The purple fox is always timely. The purple fox is clean, clean, clean.
You realize this podcast is part of your life too, right? Just not Purple Fox Management or your job or any of that other shit like
Yeah.
this.
What about my YouTube page, Todd Cranola?
You fucking talked me into this. You talked me into doing a podcast.
This was your idea.
No bullshit.
We've had this discussion before.
Bullshit.
This was, you claim that I talked you into it. I think
Yeah,
maybe,
you're like, let's
maybe,
do a podcast. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
dude, I think maybe I raised the idea like in passing,
several times.
and then like
in passing.
months
What
go
does that
by.
mean?
Like, yeah, podcast. Like, how hard would it be if we did a podcast? You know, something like blah 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 blah.
Dude, the word came out of your mouth so many times, I forgot to count, and then finally I caved, and now it is what it is, bro.
Okay,
And
well, shit.
I'm still presenting this question. I need this from anybody listening right now, anybody on Instagram Live right now. I'm always asking this question: what is this podcast? What are we supposed to be? And I keep asking the question, and I'm not getting any answers. And I think maybe I've come up with some sort of answer. I kind of feel like we're a digital time capsule,
Okay.
waiting to be discovered.
Okay.
Because we're fucking good. This is good shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I laugh my ass off, and I can't help but think Reloaded 504 is good enough to turn into something big. We just haven't been found by enough people yet. So, people that know us on our social networks, on Instagram, listening to us right now, share us. Just tell a friend, tell somebody, let them know what you heard and how you grabbed your mouth and raised your eyebrows and laughed your ass off just for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
put a smile on your face while you were taking a shit or something. I mean, you know, leave it to us.
That's
what we do.
the goal. Is to we like to please while you're squatting.
Hey, my first, our only, really, promotional effort thus far has been putting stickers up in bathroom stalls so that when you sit down, that's what you're looking at, our sticker. Hey, I tested this at Lowe's. See, the thing is, bathroom stalls are so small, when people go in there to clean them, they don't close the door behind them.
They don't.
So
Wait, what?
the
They
sticker-
don't?
No, they don't, because the sticker stays there. Like the people that are going in there.
Oh, the
to
cleaning
clean-
people.
yeah.
Oh, I hear your angle.
Yeah.
Right.
So the door stays open, so they don't realize that there's a sticker on the back of
Yep.
the door. So the sticker stays for months at a time.
That's the beauty of the hijack, is that you found the
one
window
niche.
of view. The window of view opportunity is only for those that are pooing.
I found the spot where the camera's not pointing.
Exactly.
And I tested it at my Lowe's, my local Lowe's, and the sticker stayed up for like 3 months before somebody finally took them down.
It did finally get taken down there?
Yeah, yeah. Just saw that the other day, at which point I put up a sticker in every stall again.
I'd like to add this. So there was a couple of, you may have seen the photos I sent you when I was at the Dome the other day. I was egregiously slandering the Superdome with Reloaded 504 stickers
Thanks for that, bro.
all day. So I get back home. I went with my partner,
Allegedly, Russell.
allegedly Russell, right? So at night we go back to my place and we're just kind of shooting the shit. And he was like, "Dude, like, you don't ever think that you're too old to be running around like putting stickers and shit like all over the Superdome?" I was like,
"Oh my god."
Yeah, I was like, I feel what you're saying, but it's not like, and I understand why you would say that, but it's not me like running around vandalizing. It's like I really think that if somebody put eyeballs, it could get looks, and
I think we could gain a little traction.
Yeah, I mean,
I think everybody starts out like this, but it's like bars and restaurants in New Orleans. Like there's a million of them that start up. There's probably like 500 new bars and restaurants that start up in the greater New Orleans area every year. And they just one by one fall out. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got the right shit on the menu. And I think we got the right shit on the menu because this is the shit that people think about but don't talk about.
Yeah, man.
Our language, our swag.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I'm just all of a sudden distracted immensely by the sweat that's beading and running down my.
Man, I would turn the fan on, but then that's all they would hear. They would feel like they were at an airport.
Yeah, it's cool. I honestly just lost my train of thought and used that as my excuse. So
I think my wife is not a fan, or at least she doesn't listen to this much, which is probably a good thing. Because if this show was like my dating profile, she and I would have never met.
Yeah, dude, I definitely think that the more people that don't, well... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, Jody listens, but I don't know if she listens deeply, right? Like, she may have heard a couple of the snippets, like maybe some of the highlights that you posted on social or something, but like, she doesn't listen to the stuff that slips through my lips that I definitely shouldn't be saying.
It's slipping through your lips.
On this podcast.
That was kind of gay, I'm just saying.
I mean, what if it was labia?
You and I earlier were talking about being independently wealthy, because I mean, who wouldn't want to do this full time?
Yeah.
As opposed to going to a 9 to 5.
Sure.
I don't know if you
Dolly
knew
Parton
this.
apparently was a big fan of going to 9 to 5s.
Well, yeah, but she also had huge tits, so everybody hired her.
Yeah, but she
She'd
still
be
had
like,
to fucking.
You can be my secretary. I don't care if you're illiterate.
Still had to wake up, fucking dress up, show up at 9,
Sing that song,
sing the fucking song, probably giving people head under the desk,
and then go home at 5.
And go home at 5.
I don't know if you knew this, but I was almost independently wealthy.
Do tell.
Man, this was a train wreck. I go to a gas station right there on Causeway, right by the bridge on the South Shore. All right.
So you almost got murdered.
I almost got murdered. Seriously. I put the pump in there and put the little kickstand on,
Yep.
And I wanted to smoke a cigarette, make a phone call. So
Jesus Christ! I know where this is going.
I went to the store.
Mm-hmm.
I walked away from the pump like a responsible person and went to the store.
Okay.
Save you, Jesus Christ, bro. Went to the store.
Why'd you just pray?
Standing outside.
What happened just now?
Just listen. So I'm standing outside the store and talking on the phone, smoking a cigarette, finish, walk back to my car. As I'm approaching my car, I hear, like, water flowing.
Okay.
And I get up close to my car. The pump is still in there. The kickstand's still on. The fucking tank is full. It's overflowing with gas everywhere.
Yeah. So you're
I'm like,
gassing the whole lot.
Yeah, I was gassing the whole lot.
Awesome.
So I'm like, fuck. Put it down. Put it back in the thing. Start the car up and move it up out of the gas. And then go inside to get like rags and shit because I need to wipe off my car because it's all over the side of my car.
Right.
So I walk inside. I'm like, do y'all have any rags? I just spilled gas all over my car. They're like, no, we don't have any rags. I'm like, how the fuck y'all clean in here then?
What was their answer?
I wasn't even listening. I grabbed a stack of paper towels and I'm like, I was pumping gas and I left it with the kickstand on and it didn't stop. And they're like, oh yeah, it does that all the time. I'm like, you stupid bitches.
Fuck y'all.
Go walk outside and wipe it off. If y'all notice, I don't know what it is in any other state, but in Louisiana, they got stickers on the pumps that say, well, back in the day, if it still is, I don't know, Bob Odom. That was his name.
Yeah, the commissioner.
The commissioner. And I remember that because I had to write his office. So I wrote his office, told them what happened, and that was it. 6 months later, I get a letter in the mail that says, we checked out the pump and it's properly calibrated. It's pumping exactly what it says on the dial.
Okay.
Which has nothing to do with almost killing me.
Right.
And then 3 months after that, some dude made the news because the same thing happened to him. He called the fire department and a lawyer, and he got 6 figures.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. So I was this close to getting 6 figures.
Well, what I get out of that story is, fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
damn it, man. I was that close.
Yeah. Why aren't you like more of a greedy bastard?
I don't know. I tried to take the right route, right?
Like, why don't you immediately go into every situation with the thought of, how can I squeeze every last dime out of every single person in this area?
This particular situation, I wish I would have, bro. Because I tried to do the right thing and just report them so that they fixed it and nobody else would go through that because, God forbid, somebody's family caught on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when you went through that part of the story, I kind of thought you were either, like, embellishing or saying, like, what you should have done because, yeah, you're not the type that usually, like, blows whistles.
Yeah, no. Well, I was just trying to get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Motherfuckers. Hey, since we on Instagram, I want to give a few shout-outs to some Instagram people.
Do it.
These following people are people that fucked with us from the very beginning.
Yes.
And they've been supporting us. So I want to give him some shout-outs.
Love him.
Mr. Ruffle out of Bro Bridge. He's going to boot camp in October. Good luck, Mr. Ruffle.
Mr. Ruffle, we love your chips, bro.
Little side note, don't use the earplugs because they got situations with them things.
Yep.
It'll fuck up your hearing and you won't be able to listen to Reloaded 504 anymore.
And you know about the soap, right?
Yeah, don't drop the soap, kid.
Although.
Yeah, bro.
Unless you're into it.
Metazoan K9. Another dude, he went and followed us on YouTube as well as sharing our Instagram to a few of his friends. We really appreciate that. That's Metazoan_K9. Mrs. Beard Gang. We love Mrs. Beard Gang. She's got some kind of side hustle. I was trying to pick up on what it was, but it escaped me. It was last minute. I'm sorry, Miss Beard Gang, but we love you. None the same, all the same.
She's a beard rider, dude. You didn't know that?
I didn't know what that was about. When I saw Miss Beard Gang, I immediately thought of my own beard, but I think I was being selfish. Maybe her last name is Beard.
No, Beard Gang is they're an international international collective of women who travel the world looking for beards to ride.
Oh, I got you. Well, I'm married, Miss Beard Gang, but I could probably introduce you to a few other bearded fellows.
You can ride my beard. Check out my beard.
This is glistening.
I don't have a beard, so you can't ride it. Hey, you heard that, Jodes? It was a joke. Nobody can ride my beard.
Hey. What up, Jodes?
What up, Jodes?
Another partner of ours, they call me Spot. That's his name. Dude's got an open mic night out in Baton Rouge. They call me Spot. That's the dude. If you rapping, singing, playing guitar, whatever,
they call him Spot.
They call me Spot. That's his name.
Not Spot the dog, Spot the rapper.
Yeah. Slutty Girl 357. She's doing like Corks and Canvas style, but her own style. And you go over there, have a few drinks, paint some things. It's very appealing. She's got a super sexy logo with rainbow drippy lips. Slutty Girl 357. When you see that and you hear that and you're like, I'm down with whatever the hell this girl is doing.
Yeah, my antenna go up when I hear Uber, whatever her name was. Super slutty.
Slutty Girl 357.
Yes. See? Antenna up.
Stephen Noble Tattoo. That's my partner. Y'all want to get some work in, get some ink on your arms. Stephen Noble Tattoo downtown.
Shout out to Stephen Noble Tattoo.
For people that are watching live on Instagram, he actually did this piece that's behind me, this graffiti piece. He is a graffiti artist, pen and pad. He does signs for businesses as well as children's murals in their rooms and things like that. He's very versatile, very talented, very, very talented. So Stephen Noble Tattoo, let's see, that's Stephen with a PH. Stephen Noble Tattoo on Instagram. So y'all get at me, man. Anybody want a shout out from my Instagram family, 504-457-8011. Give us a shout.
Do that.
We will give you a shout.
We shall. Loud. As loud as we can.
I I wanted to explain something to you, tell you about this, about the Jesus for president. This was, I think, our first promo, and we ran it on Instagram, and it was all behind a subject that came up in one of our podcasts, and we named the podcast Jesus for President because we talked about it. Like, what if Jesus ran for president? And I asked Todd if he thought the guy would win or lose, and then we talked about who he would be up against and all of this crap. Anyway, so there was the thumbnail. It's Jesus with sunglasses on, looking cool as a fan, and then it says Jesus 19, like a presidential campaign poster.
Like he's gonna win the presidential election of 2019. Jesus will.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he'd win any year because what can you do?
So
What's that noise?
I don't know. We highlighted the thumbnail and the whole idea, Jesus 19, and that's what I promoted. Cost you $30, you put it out there, Instagram, promoted podcast. So everybody starts following us and liking us because they believe we're religious. But it had nothing to do with being religious. It was just what if Jesus ran for president type thing. We're definitely. Are you religious, Todd?
I'm not. I religiously believe that religion is stupid.
Yeah, I'm not religious at all. You're talking to the most unreligious motherfuckers you're ever going to come across. So as a result, right now, following us, we have little sweet old ladies, a pastor, a state representative, very young children.
It's all about the clout for Reloaded 504.
It's all about people that are listening are probably going to be a lot of confused, offended motherfuckers.
Well, you know what? These are the type of closed-minded people that may need a little bit of enlightenment.
Loosen up, Granny. Listen to what's happening. This is what's going on these days.
Hey, you're dissing our fans, bud.
I'm just trying to bring the realness to them. This is who we are really, okay? So take me as I am.
They have, Dave. They've accepted you into their arms. The arms of Christ, I believe.
I guess. I just don't want you to be here under false pretenses. I'm not going to church. I mean,
so
we could go to church, but it ain't going to be because we're worshiping the Lord.
Hey, check this out. Preach.
Preach. Wait,
You saw what I did just then?
say it again.
Preach. Yeah. Hey, world. You saw what I did just then?
You already gave it away, man. I meant to ask you how things were going with the Swisher.
Yeah.
Would you please tell the audience about the Swisher?
Yeah, the Swisher. I mean, gosh, what do you want me to say at this point?
Well, recap the previous episode in case they didn't catch it so they know who the Swisher is.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I was distracted. Can we not be distracted during the...
I'm watching it. Don't keep cutting out.
Okay.
The video's like laggy.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, cool. All right. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, so could you repeat the question, sir?
The Swisher.
Yeah, the Swisher.
Recap for the listeners who the Swisher is.
Yeah, the Swisher. So he's this gentleman that was working in the office that I was working in, and he sat directly behind me. This guy, he was an older guy. If I had to guess, I'd say mid-60s, maybe late 60s, I don't know. And he was an avid coffee drinker. This guy was, he was the guy that would come in the office and make the pot of coffee, which I can respect and appreciate because I'm a coffee drinker when I work, when I'm forced to wake up that early. But so this is where the rub is that so the guy would bring his cup of coffee and sit down, and then every time he would take a sip, he would make this horrible slurping sound. I mean, it was like I could try to it was like it was, and he would do it loud, and this was a quiet, open space office, so it was a small office but open space, nobody could close the door or no doors to close, and there's no ambiance music, there's no background, no buzzing or humming of lights, you hear tapping, you hear that
typing shit.
You hear typing, but Other than that, you hear like people talking on the phone and like any noise you're gonna fucking hear. So this guy decides to fucking do this, the swishing thing, after every single sip of coffee. Now we're talking like a big old 10-ounce cup of coffee. So that freaked me out. It was super disgusting. And then, but this is the kicker, Dave, is that after he would do the swish, which was horrible, he would swish it around, or after he did the slurp. I'm sorry, excuse me, I got my disgusting adjectives mixed up.
Combobulated.
Combobulated. After he slurp, he would do a swish, and the swish went. And granted, people, this is with coffee, not water. He would do. He would just swish it like back and forth between like the cheeks of his mouth.
So it's like aerating inside of his mouth hole.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
And it was just loud, and I even asked, and I would just like make like noises under my breath where I'm sure like people around me could hear and stuff like.
Oh God, you were like.
No, I'd be like, what the, like that's disgusting. Like I would say, like. Yeah, I mean, I would say it to where, like, I was only saying it to myself, but I know if you were near me, you could hear it.
Yeah.
I know you could.
Maybe he heard it.
I think he did at one point.
And he went to the bosses, and they're like, okay, we'll lay him off.
I mean,
got you. That dude got you.
If you plant that seed in my head, then I'm going to, like, I'm going to start lighting fires. But, nah, that's not the case. I was really good at what I did, so, I mean, I know that I wasn't laid off for any...
I told you in a previous episode I was willing to give him a threatening call and be like, look, man, you're about to lose a kneecap if you don't cut that shit out.
Maybe that's why he was absent on the day that I was let go.
Yeah, he was scared. See?
Yeah, he was like, this cat, he's a loose cannon. There's no telling. He's already, like, calling me out for my easygoing swishing that I do everywhere I go. And everybody seems to love it everywhere I go. But this Todd guy, he's just...
Yeah, he got scared.
He's some kind of monster.
Yeah. He was like, that dude's G-real.
Yeah, so that's basically what happened, man. So the swisher was not in the office Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and I ended up getting let go on Friday.
That is so fucking suspicious. I can't believe you didn't put this together, bro.
Well, Dave, now I am.
We need to, I think we need, from this point, we need to move forward with our plan to give him the threatening phone call and then send him the t-shirt that says, I almost got murdered.
At this point, I'm okay with it, and you want to hear the really good news is that nobody asked me for my fob or anything, so I can probably get back in that biatch.
Oh, shit. Mission impossible, son. I feel it. I feel it
and
coming
dude,
on.
The things that they build in this place are, like, highly top secret, like, ridiculous. They just gave me clearance that I shouldn't have had.
Well, fuck. Guess what? Putin, here we come. Yeah, man. I can speak Russian.
Yeah. Oh, funny thing, there was a Russian in our office, and she claimed to be a spy.
Yeah, well, she might have been. Was she asking for launch codes?
Well, she was asking for coordinates.
Speaking of fucking going to work, Jesus. Before the last storm, the Storm Barry.
Yep, that was a mean one.
Yeah, I know, right? I was on my way to work in the rain, and I gotta say, man, people just lose their shit when the rains come.
Turn into pussies.
As far as driving, like, yeah, they drive with their emergency flashers on. They pull over to no shoulder, like, just make their own fucking parking spot. Yep. They see a couple of inches of rain and they just lose their shit. They shut it down, bro.
Yeah.
I passed a dude on the way to work. He had pulled up on like this concrete sort of a shoulder. It was like right next to a bridge. Uh-huh. And he was reading a paper.
Dude.
He parked it and he's reading a paper because they had 3 inches of motherfucking rain. I'm like, what planet are you from?
Right. You don't have any, like, you're not.
You live here.
You're not, like, you don't have a place to go. Yeah. This is where you decide that you're going to fucking chill.
Goddamn mountain, bruh.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. That doesn't piss me off nearly as much as, just because it doesn't rain a lot here. Dude, I'm so sick of passing people that, like, are driving slow. I've had this rant before.
Yeah. I was behind several of them today. The speed limit's 55. They're doing like 40.
But it's not only that. That's fine. Like if you're an asshole in that way, then you're an asshole. But I'm talking about the people that are like a whole different level of asshole, And that's the person that does that, and then when you finally fucking make your way around them, which you inevitably do, I usually make it almost a damn point to go around.
Yeah, I have to see who's doing
so
this
I
to
can
me.
see, like,
Yeah.
what kind of a dick.
What asshole is driving right now?
9 times out of 10, Dave, they're looking down, bro. It drives
Yeah.
me crazy. So
Looking
I'm,
down at their phone, or they're like geriatric. One of the two. They're like 65 years old.
I'm like, if you fucking like, I want so bad at that point to just go and give them a brake check, because then they would just like shit in their pants, because that's like the ultimate fear. Like they're
It depends on what kind of car it is, though.
no, I'm just saying, like, they're basically like they're trying their hardest. Like, I know the game they're playing. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to like leverage their angle of their view to where they can see a little bit of the road, and so they slow down because they'll have a little bit faster reaction time. Fuck you, dick. You're fucking with my time now.
Yeah, you could do the brake check thing, but you only want to do it to a more expensive car, because that's going to be the payout.
Of course.
That's
right.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't do it in front of a fucking Geo Metro or whatever the fuck it is, little Ford fart.
Yeah, you're fucking yourself there.
Yeah. You can fall out all you want. You're not getting dick.
Well, you make a very good point. But my brake checks, I'm not talking about to the point of collision. I'm just talking to the point to where they shit themselves and then I get out of Dodge.
Yeah,
So
true.
But yeah, that gets me more than anything.
I had somebody try to gas me one time, bro. I was on West Esplanade and just moving right along, and I never drive slow. I was probably doing, it's 35 there. I was probably doing 40, 45.
Yep.
And this beater pulls out in front of me, and at the same
What's
time,
a beater?
Like just an old clunker car. So this old jalopy clunker piece of shit car pulls out in front of me, super slow, exactly at the same time as somebody pulls right up alongside of me in an equally beat up old clunker jalopy.
Sounds like it could be a setup.
Yeah.
Like an insurance fraud scam.
Exactly.
Is that what it was?
So, like, I slow down and I react real quick, like I do, and dude makes the next right, and then the other guy takes off. All of a sudden, accelerates.
No shit.
Yeah, they were trying to get me, bro.
Yeah.
And I was in a Maxima. I was in a Maxima with tint and rims. That's not like living high on a horse. That's just, doing decent.
And there was probably like 10 people in each car.
No, one in each, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I noticed everything. Like I surprise myself when it comes down to like split-second reactions.
Really?
Like I might not be the person with the most self-confidence, but when it comes down to shit, like when shit goes down, and I look back at what I did, I approve. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. I think I tend to be more of like I think my first initial, I think I freeze at first. I don't spring into action.
No?
I think I freeze, and then I evaluate my situation. So I think that like that, the innate instinct, like, because that's instinct, right?
I guess. I don't know.
I think that's flawed, and that's something that I could work on.
Yeah, I don't know that it's something you're born with, but it's something you might be able to learn.
It's something you can
do.
train out of yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not saying that, like, there's not a moment of, like, I'm not saying that, like, I run from or towards the explosion.
Yeah.
Like, I think more that I just, like, hit the ground and try to, like, gather myself.
Assess the situation.
Yeah. But then I'll say this. I have no idea how we got into this, but I will say, and this is just self-evaluation. This could be blowing smoke, but I mean, after that initial, I think that I gather myself and I'm fucking aces after that.
Yeah.
In moments of panic, I think, yeah.
Yeah. I should have been walking that day. Then they couldn't have tried to gas me for loot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one way of thinking about it.
I don't know. I saw it right after it happened. I realized what happened, because while it was happening, I was just trying to brake real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then I looked to my side while I was braking to see if I could swerve out the way. You know what I'm saying? And couldn't do it because there was somebody there. And then I realized, I'm like, wait up. Both those cars were like 25 years old. Both those cars they had more Bondo than paint. They were wrecked up. They were fucking old. Both of them had one person. He came right at the time. The dude alongside of me came right at the same time as the dude in front of me.
I mean,
I could just
Paranoia Dave could be a quinky-dank.
Yeah, I'm a paranoid motherfucker. Hello, Reloaded 504ers. My name is Dave. I'm paranoid as a motherfucker. And if I don't know you, you fucking suspicious.
Where do you fall in line as far as conspiracy theories go?
I don't place too much value on conspiracy theories, proving, disproving, because in the end, like, they're so grand, it doesn't really involve me, and the parts that do, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, really grand schemes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So when somebody's like, the government is doing this, I'm like, so what, bro? So you blew the top off of it? Good luck, bro.
You're dead.
Yeah. Go ahead and go on CNN with that shit, and you might as well leave the country right now. I'm not trying to be the fucking martyr.
So you do believe in conspiracy theories?
I believe shit like that happens all the time, bro. But yeah. I'm not gonna be the one. I'm not gonna champion the fucking movement against it because I'm not that guy. I just want to be left alone. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. But so, in a roundabout way, you do believe in many of these conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I believe there's validity to it, but I just don't place much value in it as far as like my time.
Sure. What about the newest one about that cat who killed himself in the prison cell, but like the whole world thinks he was taken out?
Yeah, because he was right next to El Chapo or some shit.
Well, he was right next to Trump.
You gotta call his name out since you said that, bro. I was reading about that.
Engelberger or something.
Yeah, but it had something to do with the fucking Clintons. Now we sound ignorant because we can't come up with the goddamn names.
Right. Well, yeah, but he was in cahoots with the Clintons, in cahoots with... Like, so basically he had a lot of dirt on a lot of powerful people.
Yeah.
And he had a really big reason to spill the beans.
That's why you don't go champion conspiracy theories and be like, oh, I got the proof.
Yeah, but...
You're going to be out this fucking country and fucking just that fast.
Right? Yeah, but no, he's an example of just being, like, if you're going to be involved with these high-powered people doing dirt, just know for a fact that if you get thrown under the bus, that's a wrap for you. You're either rotting under the prison or you're gonna get murdered. Like, so it's one of two things. If you get caught.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. They concluded it was a suicide by hanging. And then the first thing that anybody fires back with was, I think, the guy that's over all of the guards at the jail, and he said, oh, they were working overtime.
Yep.
Well, fuck. I wish that was a valid excuse because everybody could use it because who doesn't work overtime?
Right.
Who doesn't work themselves to death trying to get ahead?
I love it when, I'm sure that, I don't know who performed the autopsy, the Surgeon General of New York or whatever.
Okay.
State, because I think he was in New York. I mean, is he a federal employee? Because if he is... Who gives a fuck what his report... He can say whatever he's paid to say.
Yeah, well, anybody could get got at, bro. I mean, if fucking 3 guys with earpieces and sunglasses and black suits showed up at your house, you know what I'm saying? Things are going to change for you, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I wish that would happen. I'm so insignificant that if they did have... Like, I'd turn state's evidence. Like, if I had something on, like, a powerful person, like, somebody that...
You would rat on a man in a heartbeat. See, this. You asked me how I felt about conspiracy theories. That's my perspective. I don't matter that much. So when people are like, hey, bro, it's a conspiracy, they're tapping our phones and shit, I'm like, I ain't that fucking interesting. Nobody wants to know what the fuck I got to say. The fucking Uncle Sam don't. Just pay your goddamn taxes, bro. Don't be no Wesley Snipes and then, have to serve behind shit and run from... I mean, come on, bro.
Right, I feel you, but at the same time...
Left alone, bro.
Yeah. Well, okay, well then how does this make you feel? How does it make you feel knowing that you are probably being listened to? No matter how insignificant...
But there's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
And I'm not going to, lead the revolt.
Right.
I got a family, motherfucker. I got a house and kids and a wife. And I'm going to look after them before I look after my own interest in busting the man.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm going to navigate around that shit. The best thing you could do in any situation, if you're trying to swim upriver, bro, you're just not going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make it, bro. Exactly. Zigzag. Find the fucking duck water, slack water, bro.
What's a duck water?
Duck water is a nickname for the slack water, which is a nickname for water where the current is not. Like if the water's flowing south and it comes around a point, then right below the point is where the slack water is. That's where you want to be.
Can you identify where that water would be?
Yeah.
Like so somebody like yourself, you're probably trained to identify that type of shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But could you identify it at that POV, like at head surface level?
Yeah. You can see it.
Well, shit.
Yeah, man.
Get on Udemy and teach a course on that.
Why? People gonna pay me?
Fuck yeah, they will.
Shit, I might do that then.
Yeah. Dude, you're ripe. The shit that you know is ripe for Udemy. Like, you just get up there and be like, dude, you finally did what I know I've told you, I don't know if I've told you as emphatically as maybe I should have, but like, you finally done the time lapse on your ship, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
time lapse photos you talking about?
Do it all day, every day. Like, get 5 cameras and just 24 hours a day, just have it moving.
You realize you got to be careful with that shit. You realize that companies like send out memos to employees saying, "Don't be on social media." Blah 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 blah.
No,
so
you're not.
Anything that I've taken, any of the pictures that I've taken, I just send to like my wife, my dad, and you. You know, nobody really. But if I was to publish it, then I would have to like blur out the fucking any identifiable marks or anything like that. But as far as like instructionals, like you're talking about, yeah, I mean, I could do that. I don't know who would watch, but whatever. I could do that.
Instructionals would be dope, I think, or it would be certainly an opportunity.
He's talking about, tell them, Reload to 504ians, Udemy is where you get on and you'll post any kind of media that displays your knowledge about a certain field, and other people are willing to pay for that. So, like, if you knew how to change a tire in 2 seconds on the side of the interstate while your family's in the car, people would probably pay $1 to see that instructional video just so they know next time. Shit like that.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about Udemy. I mean, look, I'm sitting here talking about Udemy like I've used it. I've taken free courses, but I've never been on the other side where I teach courses. But like, I have specific skills that like anything AutoCAD related, I can teach a class on, right? Yeah. Like 100%.
I definitely want to capitalize and be on the money making side of things, but I don't know. There's just so much other shit going on. Sometimes you just like, I don't know. Maybe you
there's a lot.
Show me.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity, right? So it's like you have to pick and choose what you think you'd be good at, what's worth you going after, type shit, you know.
For sure.
But yeah, I think Udemy is. I mean, if you have the right, if you're teaching the right course, then I mean, I think that could. Like I was trying to tell Russell, like I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Sorry, alleged Russell.
Yeah.
Like, just tell the story of how you started in real estate when you were 18, and just how you got to the point that you are now.
Everybody could write a fucking book. I'm all for hustles, bro. Anybody listening to us right now, if y'all got hustles that y'all are working on, or you're looking for advice on other shit, because Todd and I have been through a lot of shit, honestly. I know we get on this podcast and get drunk and bullshit, but we've been doing a lot of stuff on the side, and we know about the trials and tribulations that people go through, so get at us. Reloaded504 at yahoo.com, 504-457-8011. Let us know what's happening.
Yeah.
Every social medium out there. We're going to sign off for this piece, and we're going to get back with y'all shortly. Today, as a matter of fact, is the 17th of August, and another episode just dropped today. We got them going back to back every 10 days. We've been keeping up a furious pace because evidently there's a demand for this thing. We love y'all.
And thanks for demanding us.
Yeah, thanks for all of the emails and phone calls and listens and views on YouTube.
Your love is important, and it feels warm inside of it.
Warm and fuzzy. Peace, peace, peace.
Mine's more like warm and moist.
That's gay.
No.